This morning, about 9 o'clock, I remembered that I needed to get a new license. And I needed to get a new license because on the way back from Las Vegas this past week, I lost mine. And when I had gotten on to try to order a replacement while I was in the airport, it errored out, the website errored. So this morning, I got on and I was like, let me try this again. Once again, it errored. And so I downloaded the form, I filled it out, and I took it on over to my local DMV, thinking, at the very most, this is going to take me an hour or two, right? And that's probably it. Well, I get to the DMV, I wait in line, it takes about half an hour. I go ahead and get to my table after they called my number. And the guy behind the desk takes one look at my stuff and says, hey, if we process this for you, it can take up to 3 weeks before you get your license. But we've opened a new location where they'll print it for you right away. So if you head on over there, they can just print it out for you. And he said, it's a new location, so it's not too busy. And I said, sounds great. I'm already out, might as well do it, right? In for a penny, in for a pound. So that's what I did. I headed that direction. Got in my car, drove on over. There weren't very many people in line, which was fantastic. And they called me up almost right away. And the lady took one look at my paper and said, what's this? And I said, well, the guy at the other location said I can come over and get this printed. And no joke, she swore. She said, those effing idiots. And then said, pardon my French. But then she explained to me that unless they have a little piece of paper, they are not allowed to print anything at all. Plus, she really wasn't sure why they had sent me over to them for that specifically. And I said, huh, that's weird. Okay. She said, what do I need to do? She said, well, you need to go back over there and you need to get this processed all the way through and you have to bring one of those cards back because otherwise we can't do anything for you. And I thought to myself, all right. So back on over to the first DMV. I walk in, explain the situation to the lady behind the counter. She says, that's really odd, and calls over her manager, who says, who did you talk to? And I said, that gentleman over there, pointing him out. And the manager said, he definitely just sent you to the wrong place, because there is actually a new DMV location on the other side of town that will do what it's supposed to do. But if he sent you to the Harrisburg Pike location, then that's his fault. He should have sent you to the Lincoln Highway location. So why don't you head on over there and they can print it out for you. All right. So I'm afraid to say that I succumbed to the sunk cost fallacy and I went on over to the new DMV. So this is the third DMV that I've been in. I get in, looks like there are a bunch of people there. I'm like, that's okay, I'm gonna wait this out, right? Fortitude. I get in line, I talk to the guy behind the desk. He says, we can process this for you, but our credit card machine is down. So unless you have a check, you have to go get a money order. I was like, come on, really? He said, yep, sorry, nothing we can do. You can either come back tomorrow or you can get a money order. All right, I'm gonna go get a money order. Not too far to Walmart to be able to get a money order. How much do I need it for? $39.50. Cool. Get in the car, drive all the way over. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I drive all the way over to Walmart. I get my money order. The lady there is like, you can't use your credit card to pay for this because you need an ID in order for me to take a credit card to pay for the money order. And I was like, well, hold on a second. I don't have my ID because that's what I'm getting. And she was like, sorry, can't help you. You got to go get cash out of the machine, pay the fee, and then I can do this for you. Sure, whatever. So I get it out. I get the money. I take it over to her. I get the money order for $39.50. I go back to the DMV. The guy's like, great. You got it. Here's your ticket. I wait in line. And finally, after about 45 minutes of waiting, they call my number. I go up, walk over to the lady. She's at the desk. She says, what is it you're looking for? I said, I need just a new license or a duplicate printed. And she's like, great. Let me see what you got. She takes my paperwork, looks it over, says this is all fantastic, takes the money order, and pauses and says, this isn't enough. I said, what do you mean it's not enough? The guy at the counter, or up at the front, told me that to get a duplicate license, it's $39.50. She said, no, that's for a new license or a renewal. You just renewed, and so you're too far away from a renewal, and so all I can do is print you a duplicate license, which costs $40.50. And I said, I can't just give you $1? And she said, no, we don't take cash, and our credit card machine is down. I said, yeah, I'm aware. So I hopped back in my car. I drove back to Walmart. I walked up to the counter there and said, hey, I explained what I was trying to do and said, I have been given the wrong information. I need a money order for $40.50, not $39.50. And the kind gentleman behind the counter just looked full of sympathy, and he took my dollar and my money order for $39.50 and replaced it with a money order for $40.50 and sent me back to the DMV. Thankfully, this time when I got to the DMV and I waited in line again and I went back to talk to the lady behind the counter, she was able to take my money and I was able to get my license. I left at 9 a.m. I got home at 4:30 a.m. And lo and behold, after getting home, I decided, you know what? It's probably a great idea to pull my wife's car in as well. So I pulled my car into the garage. Then I went out and I got my wife's car and I backed it up and I started pulling it in, misjudging where the well cap was, running it over, ripping apart the side bottom, like very edge of like the plastic thing that's rail that's on the car, ripping that apart and puncturing our tire. And so our house is currently without water because I severed the wires to the well pump, and we have to get a new tire because I put a giant hole in ours. And so